All right, all right, all right. I think I am live. Hello, Zen Friends. Welcome to a special afternoon session for Sunday afternoons, where it's the only time I come back on to finish out all of the readings that I had from the earlier session, where I didn't get to any of the free readings. In fact, I've got a little more than a handful of donations to finish up, and then we will complete all of the free readings as well. You'll notice there's no chat. I'm not taking any new questions. This is just a makeup session to finish everything up from this morning. Um, but if you're interested in a personal reading, I do have a special going on for all of September and going into October, the end of October. All this is in the description box of the video to celebrate the birth of my new podcast series called The Easier Path. So you can check out that. My 15-minute personal recorded reading is 777. My 30-minute personal recorded reading is 1515. So if you want all that information, it's down in the description box, as I said. Also, I have a giveaway. This is also listed in the description box. So if you comment on the intro video for my new podcast series about something that you're grateful for in your life, I'll hold a drawing on October 1st for at least one winner. Um, and if it depends on how many people participate, I could pull more. But at least one winner at the very least. And you can win a personal recorded reading or a hedge of peace and love if you're interested in that as well. So if you're interested in any of that, just want to let you know it's out there. I like to let you know about any kind of specials going on and especially giveaways. So that is what we have going on. I think that is about it. I will complete donations first. Then I will go into free readings. After I'm done with the session, I will have a pinned comment listing all the readings completed with timestamps. So you can just click on that and then go back to your, it'll take you directly to your reading, blah, blah, blah. All right, I think that's everything. I'm going to jump in. We're going to continue to use these beautiful Lost Soul Tarot. And for the donations I have 4 individuals. A couple of them have a couple of readings, but we've got 4 cards left in the inner child oracle. So you guys will get a fortune cookie, of course, along with your readings. The other ones will be 1 to 2 cards for the free readings, and we'll complete those. All right. I think that's everything. Take a quick sip of a very full cup of ginger lemon tea. So cheers, everybody. Hot, hot, hot. Freshly brewed. All right. So let us jump in. We'll grab our first timestamp here. So Sudeshna Ghosh, you are up. Grab your timestamp there. Your first one anyway. I think we have a couple for you. I think 3 for you still left here. So thank you for your multiple donations today. I'm so grateful. For this one, let's see here. Why does your ex stalk you daily? Also, he had an accident and put a status about it. Did he want you to show it or want you to see it, right? So what's his intention? All right, let's take a look here. Your ex-SK. All right. Why does he stalk you daily? All right. I feel like we want 2 for that. And he had an accident, but his status, did he want you to see that? I had an accident. What are his intentions around that? All right, let's take a look here. Yeah. Well, I like the bottom of the deck. Another tower, right? So this definitely, as we talked about some other people, right? But the tower, they have been moved out of your life on purpose, for a purpose. So you don't have to worry that they're not going to, you're not going to allow them to come back into your life. And they were removed out of your life to make space for someone that's more in alignment with who you are and all that. So we can celebrate that, right? That's like, okay, this isn't someone that I'm returning to. They were removed out for a reason. So we can trust that. Why does he stalk you daily? He's the devil. I'm just kidding. You got the devil card and the judgment card here. Both of these are cards of, well, the devil card is like, it is a mental energy because it's Capricorn, Saturn energy, which are big thinkers, even though they're an earth sign. But it's a big shaking and rattling of a cage, right? And the judgment card is about our higher self, wanting us to see things from a different perspective. So we can look at this, they're working through their stuff. That's why they're doing it. That's their human side, is they're trying to work through how to let you go and um, try to understand why it didn't work out and what does that relate to them. Mainly, it's about how does this reflect upon myself, right? Now, um, of course, how this is helping you, you can look at this instead of it happening to you, which kind of takes us into lower vibration. We can look at that. There's a gift in this. How is this happening for me? Because when you notice this, anything that's bubbling up within you around their actions or non actions, their words or their silence, whatever bubbles up within you is for you, that, and this is the shaking of your cage, to go, people aren't supposed to do this. They're not supposed to act that way. Blah, blah, blah. This is what they should do, not this is what they shouldn't do. That's letting go of all that. And it's teaching you when all this stuff bubbles up, this is for you to be free of it. So as you notice it, notice your emotional responses. And that is showing you there's some sort of small t truth rooted in fear that you're ready to let go of. And that's why this situation is coming up for you, to show you and mirror for you what you're ready to let go of. So how you perceive them, as it's like they're stalking me, then we can go, how am I stalking others? Hello. No, I'm just kidding. Who are you stalking? Hey, Sadisha. Or how are you not stalking yourself? It's like, how am I not giving myself the attention, or how am I looking at myself but not communicating with myself? That would be stalking myself. I've never seen that before. That's pretty uh, interesting how they brought that through. So if I feel someone stalking me, how am I stalking myself? What stalking is, from a distance, looking at me and following my stuff, but not interacting with me. So how am I not truly interacting with myself in a way too, right? Interesting. So that's why they're stalking you daily. But in the bigger picture, why is this happening for you? That's the revealing piece, right? And then he had an accident. Did he want you to see it? What are his intentions here? We do have the Page of Wands. Yeah, they did want you to see it. Well, I mean, you're one of the intentions was for you to see it. Maybe you feel bad for them, and then you're like, oh my gosh. And they were hoping that, you know, it would turn things around. But we've got all these Nine of Swords expectations and fear energy, the sorrow energy. It is this attempt, you know, um, they would, in a way, like to change things between the two of you. But this Nine of Swords is full of expectations and fears too, of disappointment and going back into the old cycle, having old things that would happen, the arguments and whatever conflict. So there's this emotional reason for all that, but a lot of this has to do with fear of uh, what your actions or non-actions, um, or silence, what that means about them. So they're really trying to work out so they don't feel so bad about themselves, but that's all going inside them. It has nothing to do with you. Those things existed before they met you. You just mirrored them back to them. But I do feel like this is the Tower card, going back to that. They were removed out of your life on purpose, for a purpose, right? So I feel like that's what they have for you for this one. I don't feel like we're going to do your fortune cookie on this one. So we will circle back around here in a few for your number two for you. All right. So thank you. All right. So Jojo, you are up here. Thank you for your multiple donations today. You want to know, why were there a few days where you could not go to the store without anxiety? You felt fine before, and also yesterday at a stand-up show, you suddenly got a wave of anxiety when the stander upper came on stage. All right, let's take a look here and get to the root. So, what do they want you to know here? Let's give this a shuffle. I know I felt on, I think it was Friday, I was like, there was so much tension in the air. Um, so definitely, and yesterday too. So, but not all day. It was like more off and on. Okay, well, we'll take a look here. I feel like it has to do with the eclipse energy, but we'll take a look here and see what else they want you to know here. Okay. All right. So, bottom of the deck, you do have the Three of Cups. This is about groups in your tribe here. And so there's something to do with and this is the emotional energy around your tribe and the people you were hanging around. I feel like a lot of this, you were picking up a lot of energy from other people. And I realize that because I felt, like I said, I think it was Friday, just felt like people were argumentative and um, tension. It was just like, whoa, what's going on with everyone? Observing it, and just picking that up. And I have a pretty good buffer where I don't take on or feel like in big ways a lot of people's energy, because I had to develop that over time or go crazy. Um, but I felt it big time. So I kind of feel like that had a lot to do with it there, for you, because you even have the Five of Wands, which represents drama around you, and the Temperance, patience, but that's Sagittarius energy too. So this fire energy going on around here. It just felt like and that's interesting because the Temperance is normally being temperament and having patience with things, but being anxious and being impatient with things, with this Five of Wands being conflicting energy and drama energy. I feel like this was a lot about people around you, and that people were feeling things aren't happening fast enough, or um, I feel like that for the first part, because I feel like this part is the first part of your question, the store. We got three separate cards, I feel, for the stand upper energy there, where it suddenly out of nowhere it came up, right? So let's see what that is about here. You got the Four of Swords. Here's peace of mind. So I don't feel like this was your energy again. Yeah, Knight of Wands, fast moving, a lot of energy going on around you. And the Page of Swords, which was clarity here too. But I feel like with all of this energy, this has to do with the energy that you were around and that you were picking up from a lot of people here. This, especially that Knight of Wands smack in the middle. But I feel like even amongst all of it, you weren't getting caught up in it. I feel like you were just observing it, but you didn't lose your peace. Like you felt anxious energy, but you were still present in mind. In fact, I feel like you were noticing things about people and things. So it wasn't like you were whoop, went into fight or flight mode and you were in anxiety. I feel you were recognizing that anxiety was around you. And it's interesting. I feel like when the second stand-up person came up on stage, maybe they're newer to stand up. They were a bit more nervous than other people. I feel like you were picking up on their energy. That's why it spiked during that period, because I'm feeling like them going, the first person I feel like was kind of a veteran or had done it a lot before, it feels like, or they're just very comfortable about it. But the second one felt like a bit anxious more than the others. So you were picking up on that. So um, that's all I have for that one. So hopefully that helps. But I totally get it, and I feel like the reason you felt it so big is because of all this eclipse energy. It's just whoa, especially we're still in that energy of the Pisces full moon, Pisces connecting us to spirit. Today, I can feel so much relief with this Virgo new moon energy, and then feeling the Libra fall equinox energy of tomorrow. I'm like, I feel like already feel this balancing energy coming in. So hopefully you feel it too. All right. So that's what they have for that one for you, Jojo. You have another one coming up here. So we will grab that here in a moment. So we'll return. Until then, we do have Sudeshna. We'll circle back around here for your second one. I do believe you have one more after this. So for this one, thank you again for your donation. How will Durga Puja be for you? Will you enjoy it? What can you expect? What can happen? Dun, dun, dun. All right, let's take a look here. Let's go one more time there. So based on your current energies, how are you presently going to choose it to be for you? What's the overall energy that Spirit wants you to know for that? Okay, got those two. Will you enjoy it? Power of choice, baby. We'll see what you're going to choose right now. What can you expect? What does Spirit want you to be aware of? And what can happen? Possibilities, right? All right. So based on your current choices, how is it overall going to be for you here? Yeah, you've got some big endings and beginnings energy coming in here with the 10 of Wands, 10 being an ending number, and the Death card, which is, of course, is a death and rebirth. There definitely is a big change for you there, where I feel like you let something go to allow something new to begin. And in this 10 of Wands does feel like I've been not wasting, but investing a lot of time in something that I'm not going to invest in anymore. So it's a very interesting energy, because I do feel like you feel renewed during this, where you emotionally release some stuff, energetically release some stuff, and you make some mental and physical choices to end some stuff, to move forward and to open up to something new. So I like that. Will you enjoy it? You have the Knight of Swords, which is a quest of clarity. And I feel like you get some clarity there while you're amongst it all. It feels a little bit, when I'm stepping into your energy of this future, of where if you stay on the current trajectory you're on, it feels very surreal, where it's almost spiritual, where you're like, wow. It's like you almost see a vision of something, it's like you just have this daydream where you see something that it just helps you release stuff. Very interesting energy here. Let's see what you can expect here. What do they want you to know here? 8 of Wands, 5 of Cups. Yeah. So here's the change of emotion from lower vibration to higher vibration. And there's 8 of Wands, which is this spark and this flood of energy. It does feel here, this kind of represents that 8 of Wands can be messages from spirit that you get. And I feel like you get it in the physical, emotional, mental, energetic ways. And this is what helps change your energy. Something clicks. An experience happens to you there, where you go from lower vibration to higher vibration in your emotions. Something you've been feeling kind of sad and bummed about is gone. It just feels like there's a transformation that happens where you see it differently. Let's see what this is about here. What can happen? Yeah, you have peace of mind with the Four of Swords, letting go of a lot of expectations and feeling rested. Here's the Devil card, the shaking and rattling energy, letting go of some long held thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. Yeah, and the High Priestess, here's this spiritual connection energy. She lets go of a lot of the mind and you really drop into your heart, into your intuition, which connects you to the higher realm. So feel like there is an experience, whatever you have here. It really, you get out of your mind, you release a lot out, and you really sit into your heart instead. So I don't know if you, what sparks this? Is there some sort of incense or you're like, whoa, I feel high, and you have a spiritual experience? I don't know, but it feels like something. It just feels like there's floods of emotion and a lot of spiritual energy that comes through during this celebration. And it just is, it's transformative for you. It just takes you out of your head and puts you in your heart, and but not in a sadzy heart, but in a higher heart, something full of hope and warmth, and I like that. I'm gonna have to look up what, I'm not sure what celebration this is, so I'm not sure what is it, spiritual? Is it, a party or what? So I'll have to make a note here to look at that, but that's what I feel, for you there. Um, and I do feel like this is the one they want you to have your inner child oracle. So let's take a look here. See what we have here. So we've got four. So if I don't get one that pops out for you, never mind, we got one. We got breathe in, number 7. Beautiful, beautiful energy that says practice breath work daily. So let's take a look here. So we breathe in and we breathe out. This is such a simple yet momentous thing. Our breath brings life to our bodies and has the power to bring peace to our souls. So if you pulled this card, then it might be time to focus on your breath today. Self-care exercise. This exercise will focus mainly on becoming aware of your breath. So as you go through your day, take time to stop and notice your breath. How are you breathing? How does it make you feel? Like, how are you breathing? Are you breathing deep breaths or shallow, right? Or what do you notice about it? How do you feel? How does it make it feel you feel? Each time you stop to focus on your breath, make an effort to deepen that breath. And how does breathing deeper make you feel? Do you feel more peace when you do so? Continue this practice throughout the day, noticing your breath and then deepening your breath. Responsive journaling prompt around this. After practicing this exercise for a whole day, ask yourself how this practice has impacted you and how you feel. Are you aware of any new sensations in your body? All right, so that's what they have for you for that one, my dear. Like I said, we will circle back around for your third and final in this session. I know you had a few in the big earlier too. All right. So Alice, you are up next. So we have 2 for you. This will be your first one, of course. And then we'll jump to Marie and then back to you. So you'll have 2 timestamps, which you'll see, of course, already because you'll be looking at the pinned comment, unless you're here right now. All right. So Alice, you have Jay Cho's thoughts and feelings about you. Does he view you platonic or interested in something more? I think he's cute and might have a bit of a crush. Aha! Cheers to you. Let me take a sip of my tea here. All right, let's take a look here. What are their current thoughts and feelings towards you? Thoughts and feelings. All right. And does he view you platonically or interested in something more? Okay. That's that. All right. Well, we definitely have a sun card here. So there is a lot of that would represent a crush for me. I mean, that's a energetic and physical attraction energy. So I definitely feel like with that being the underlying energy of your entire reading on the bottom of the deck, that there is some passion there. There is some of that attraction there. So that could uh, translate into a crush. But we'll see here. What are their thoughts about you? Yeah, I feel like they're a bit of an introvert with a hermit, and they see you as the Queen of Wands, someone very fiery. Um, and again, that fire energy, like the sun, the Queen of Wands, like fire signs tend to have this draw. They just draw people to them. Their energy is just that way. So they kind of feel like they're kind of a quiet, prefer not to be in a big crowds and stuff. But they like and are attracted to your energy and the boldness and your fire, but your energy. So definitely that comes in here. That that is there, um, in their thoughts. So they definitely see you as someone that is uh, very bold and that can get things done, very energetic, very active, kind of energies there. Their emotions around here, yeah, and this death and this rebirth and the full card is this refreshingness. It's very much this ending and beginning energy. And I do feel here that their emotions are here. We'll take a look at the platonics for sure. But this does feel like they're ready. It's like the what comes before the full card. The full card's the beginning of the major arcana. So if you take a step back, we reach the end of the major arcana, which is the world card, an ending of a cycle, the beginning to go to a new level kind of energy. And I do feel like they do want to take things here, but there is this fear of losing what we do have. Like if I have a crush on someone, I'm afraid that if, if I tell you about it, then and if you reject me, of course, and go, "Oh, I don't feel the same way about you," then right, you lose what you did have. And in a way, you also lose the mystery of not knowing how someone feels, even if they say yes. And like, I feel the same way. It changes things, right? And so there's a fear of how will this change if I share this? I want this new adventure. I like this. The fool bringing forward a rose. Hey, really shy. Yeah, the flower for you. Um, so this is interesting. And then, of course, interested in something more than platonics. Yeah, we've got the Two of Pentacles going to the Three of Wands. Three of Wands, they do want to take it in a different direction. Two of Pentacles energy, that's interesting. Energy there because the Two of Pentacles is normally like a balancing energy, but it is that choice. They're showing me the two choices they have. It's like I can just keep things the way they are and enjoy it for what it is, or there's the second option, which can be death. And that's what the two choices are. It can be death or a new beginning, a new adventure together. So I definitely feel like it's there, and they do would like to take it into more than being friends and at least see what that adventure brings. But they do fear that there's no going back. And that's usually true in most cases. You can't go back to being the friends you were, having knowing that there was romantic feelings between each other. It'll never be the same, right? Interesting. um I feel we're going to wait for your second question for your fortune cookie, so we'll circle back around for number two here in a moment. All right, so many blessings. Thank you again for your multiple donations. Right. And then Maria P, you are up. So thank you for your donation via PayPal. I got your questions over here. So let's shuffle up and we'll dive in here. See what we got going on. Sorry. Crunching my cough drop. All right. So, what are Wally's thoughts and feelings towards you today? Okay. Thoughts and feelings. Boom, boom, boom. What's coming towards us this month? I feel like, because you already asked about next week, right? So you're not really looking at for this month. I feel like you're talking about October, right? Okay. Like those. Updates on the dark side. He seems very stressed this weekend. But when does he not feel stressed? We'll take a look at that. And then what's coming towards you this week at work? And this Jeff guy said he likes me. All right. Sorry. There it goes. Come on. There we go. Had a little white spot. It just needed to get out of there. All right. So, what are his feelings and thoughts towards you today? We do have the Knight of Cups. That's the romance movement. So, there is this wanting to act upon their emotions, their love. So, that's there. We have the Seven of Pentacles with the Nine of Swords. I feel like these two are more the mental energy. They do want to like move on their heart, and that's their emotions they have today. There's this fear here with this Nine of Swords, Nightmare and Insomnia cards. The Seven of Pentacles, one being like slowing things down, but that doesn't feel right. The other meaning of the Seven of Pentacles is like they're afraid that what you're getting from the relationship isn't what you wanted, and they fear that you're going to trade them in the kind of energy. So it is and this makes sense with all of this eclipse energy that we've got going on for the last 2, 4, 6, 8 weeks, depending on how it's impacting people. So I feel like there's a little bit of insecurity around that. Which, I mean, you're asking about someone else here. What's going on, right? Maybe they're picking up. Are you thinking, well, maybe I should keep my options open? What's happening? Anyway, what's coming towards you guys in October? Let's take a look there. So you got the Three of Wands. Let's take a look here and see what else. We have the Three of Cups. And we have the Four of Pentacles. So, this energy here, the Three of Wands is an energy of you guys do choose to take the relationship in a different direction than you were like planning to do it here, but it's not a bad way. The Three of Cups is joy, celebration. It's even community kind of energy. And the Four of Pentacles is a solid foundation energy, four-wall energy. It feels different here. It just feels like things feel more at home based on current energy in October. And it makes sense because as we go into Libra season, this is going to bring a balancing energy in where this eclipse season has been crazy, challenging energy. So I feel like things balance out. Things feel just kind of a bit normal instead of feeling kind of conflicting. So I like that here for October for you here. I feel like that's all they want to mention right now. Updates on the dark side. Got the Nine of Pentacles. Here's that I want to be alone energy again, about having my own space, my own place. I really want to, be independent. And so they are really putting a lot of energy into that right now. So I feel like that's where they're at. I don't feel a lot of action yet again around it. I feel like it's internal planning, but not a whole lot of external action yet. Um, he seems stressed this weekend. What's this about? Yeah. So you got the Lovers card and the King and Queen of Cups, his divine counterpart. There's a lot of emotional choices going on here, and I do feel like there's a bit of stress. I feel like there's this something has triggered these fears of that they're not moving fast enough for you, and um, again, the fear that you're not happy and you're looking elsewhere, or you're gonna dump them and you're gonna end it. Um, there's this fear around that of, oh God, this is you're um, you're going to make that choice. So I feel like there's a lot of stress around that with this here, because I feel like all these cards are you guys, and that they're um, because it's like they're trying to end things, get out of situations and go through all that, trying to maintain family and friends and children and everything else, and a job, and you guys' relationship, and trying to do all this stuff. And they were trying to take their time, but now they feel like a pressure of time. And I feel like whether you're putting forth any energy around that or not, or talking about it or not, I feel like they sense it from you, and they're feeling like I've got to do something. Either got to, um, got to either, speed up, or I'm going to lose you. So that's adding pressure to them. But I feel like there's other things too going on in their life, but I feel like there's this big energy that's coming in relation to you anyway. But I feel like they're, like you said, their work and um, um, like I said, the work and trying to deal with the dark side, trying to get out of the dark side. If you ever watch Star Wars, when the Emperor, it's hard to get out from underneath. There's only one way out of the dark side, right? And it's a battle. It's a huge battle. You can't just say, "I'm going to step out." It's going to be huge um, ripples across to all of their life, with friends and family and everyone. So, it is a decision. So anyway, and then what's coming towards you at work this week? You got the Star card. There's this balancing energy that comes with the Star card. There's a bit of feeling like community and this draw. This is like a dream come true kind of energy. I still feel, I'm not sure, like this training, helping other opportunity just feels like, because I know we talked about this before, because it's like bubbling its head up again, that something's heading towards you based on current energies. And it feels like there's an opportunity to step into some sort of training role, or onboarding role, or helping people, coaching or something role, where it's coming up here. And I feel like it's something that would really fit you well, and something that you want to do. I feel like there's something to be aware of. So be on the lookout, or be looking out at opportunity boards. If you have a job opportunity section at work or online or whatever, be checking those out and seeing what's out there. If there's something that you'd like to do, Or you might come across something going, "Oh my gosh, this is what I would want to do," and you didn't even know it was out there. But I feel like there's something about living your dream, and because we're asking about work, specifically about your work dream and your career dream. So I feel like there's some awareness that can come in there for you this week. Doesn't feel like anything bad. It feels very positive here for you. And then this Jeff guy said he likes you. I got the Hierophant. Brings in a lot of clarity here. The Hierophant is about seeing things from a higher perspective. It's our higher self having us see some capital T truths of things. Um, and you can get some clarity here. It's the number of change that's coming in here. And I don't know, it just feels like um, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it's an emotional type of like. It's more of I think you're attractive. I'm drawn to your energy, not I have emotions for you. And there's a difference there, right? So it feels more I like your body, I like your smile, I love your eyes. Um, I like your presence of your energy. It's that kind of thing that's there. It's not like I'm in love with you kind of energy, if that makes sense. All right. Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here too. We've got 3 left. So if one doesn't show itself out of these, then yours is number 3. It'll be the one on the bottom. Okay. Well, that one showed up for you. So there you go. Review your responsibilities. Card number 28. Not all responsibilities are ours to hold. Ooh, let's take a look here. Let's see what this brings in. So, taking responsibility is binary in nature, and like a coin, there will always be 2 sides to it. On one side, if the responsibility is not ours to hold, it can be draining and harmful, like our responsibility about everyone else's choices and thoughts and emotions and actions, right? Not our responsibility. But if we take on it, it does feel draining and harmful, right? On the other side, if the responsibility is ours to hold, can be very empowering. There are certain aspects of ourselves that only we can be responsible for. Otherwise, we are giving our personal power away. Moreover, if we hold responsibility for another person, it can hinder their growth process and possibly damage our relationship with them. So, if this card has come into your reading today, then there might be an imbalance in your life regarding responsibilities. An inner work exercise says take some time today to practice responsive journaling. First, by asking yourself if you've given away your power by not taking responsibility for something. And second, by asking yourself if you're carrying something that does not belong to you. Once you've written down your answers, ask yourself how you can implement change around your relationship with responsibility in your life today. It can be equally hard to release responsibilities as it can be to take them up. So be gentle with yourself in this practice and know that it can take some time to accomplish. Note, this card does not refer to releasing responsibilities that are necessary for our well-being and well-being of those as that we're responsible for, such as children and pets. If you find yourself overwhelmed by current responsibilities, please be encouraged to seek help from family, friends, or qualified professionals. A responsive journaling prompt is there anything stopping you from releasing or taking responsibility today? Ooh. All right. So that's what they have for you, Maria. Thank you again for all of your donations, your consistent donations, and for allowing us to be part of your episodes of These Are the Days of My Life. All right. Much love to you, my friend. All right. Alice, we're circling back around for number 2 for Zhu. So let's bring that up here. And you want spirit messages to help you succeed in your interviews with your dream company this week. All right. So we'll take a look here. Shuffle these up. All right. So, messages from spirit about your interviews. Okay. Got those two. Okay. I feel like these two under the surface leading to that. All right. Let's see what we got here. I love it. Bottom of the deck, you have the magician energy. You already have everything you need inside of you already to make any of your dreams come true. But most of all, you have everything you need inside of you. So your dream is already true. Which, because our true dream is to be here now. And having this eternal unconditional love and having our experience. We're always living our dream, our true dream, which is coming down here as humans to experience what it's like to be human so that we can, from this perspective, see ourselves in a different way. So we're always living our dream, but it's doing things we're talking about, with this energy of the magician is, yeah, and then there's things I want to experience as a human here. Part of our journey of as a human is wanting to have a dream and progress and move towards something, right? But ultimately, what's at the core of us is a dream of that we're wanting to return to the bliss from which we came, and we'd like to live heaven on earth, right? Bliss on earth, and have that experience as our higher self in the physical plane too. So I get it, but the magician card, in addition to all of that, which is very empowering in itself, is like, I'm already a perfect mountain. I don't need anything else to complete me, but I'd like to fill up and express myself in this position. The magician card also is like, of course, whatever I focus my energy on is what grows and expands. So the more I can focus on the gratitude, I'm sure we've talked about this in regards to this before, but it's a good reminder that if I focus on need and want, and I fear I won't get, then I actually push it away. I make it more difficult for that job to come toward me, that career to come toward me. But when I'm grateful for the any jobs I do have and have had, for a career, even just ask the creator once, I would really love to work here, but I surrender it to you. I trust that you're going to bring me the perfect job, the perfect timing, the perfect way. I release it. I spend the rest of the time focused on gratitude. If we keep asking, I want this, I want this, I want this, that's want energy, which is lack energy, which pushes it away. So being aware of our energy is always very important for our adventure if we want to experience the higher vibration, because we kind of default to the lower vibration because that's how we were raised. All right, let's see what else they want you to know here. You got 2 cards with one underneath, then 2 cards with one underneath again, but those are together. These like 2 separate cards with one underneath, 2 cards together with one underneath, and then 1 card off by itself. 2-2-1 kind of energy. We'll see here. Yeah, so you have the work card, the devil card, Saturn, Capricorn energy that rolls over the 10th house of work. So they want to do this. And the Hanged Man, which is a transformative energy. And it's about seeing things from a higher perspective. And the 5 of Swords underneath, which is the realizing the conflict we have between our head and our heart. Our head focusing in on the want, the need, trying to define ourselves by things, and the heart wanting us to live, this wanting us to exist and survive, but our heart wants us to thrive and live. So there is this transformation, and it's interesting because it doesn't have to be about that this dream job isn't your true dream, but there's things about it that are your mind's dream, and there's things about it that are your heart's dream. And this is about letting go of the mind's portion of it, about what this job would mean about you, finances, blah, 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 all the stuff that your mind is saying, this is why this is a good job. You might even take a piece of paper and put a line down the middle and put heart, mind, write down everything your mind thinks about this job, and then write down everything your heart feels about this job. Because because our mind's thoughts are rooted in fear and our hearts are not. That's why we are concerned about whether we get a job or not when it's our mind engaging with that situation. When our heart engages with it, we're like, how fun. I get to talk with someone at the company as I go interview. I'm excited to have a great conversation with them and talk about, what's the company like and what do they offer and what I can offer the company and what experience I have so we can see if it's a good fit on either side. And I'm excited for this. It's different energy, right? Then the two cards that came together, you have the Nine of Wands and the Queen of Wands. Yeah. It's your energy is the only one that can hold you back from anything. It's the fears. It's me focusing my energy. Like the Queen of Wands is holding the Ace of Wands like the magician, right? And the Nine of Wands represents a fence. Like I can't get through that. I've been hitting my head up against this wall over and over and I can't get through. It's because my energy has been putting up a wall because of this want and need is lack energy, which then in a way is like it resists it and puts this barrier up going, you can't have this when you feel this way, right? Underlying energy is the Seven of Swords. Yeah. Becoming aware of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that actually cheat you out of opportunities. It's these beliefs of things have to be a certain way and the fears that, suck the life out of things. So I like this. You have the courage, the strength, you have everything. Here's your human self. You always have your higher self, which is the infinity symbol there. You're an eternal, powerful being made of unconditional love. And this human character is just one part of that side of you. So I like this for you because it's within your power and it's time. I feel like you are ready here. You persevered with that Nine of Wands, but you're realizing it's your energy that has been the one that's been holding you back. And it's like knowing that it's in your control I'm going to start focusing on joy and gratitude and higher vibration and following my heart and look at it as not an interview, a test that you could fail, but look at it as a conversation that you can have with this person about, I want to make sure it's a good fit for me and for you, you know? So, I like that. All right. And then I don't think you've had, let's see here. No, I don't think you've had your fortune cookie yet. I think we did Sudeshna's and Maria's. Yeah. So the only two left here are yours and Johannes. Okay, I got it. All right. So yours is number 2, right? I feel like it was number 2. Yeah. So, yeah, and it is number 2. Accept what is. The act of acceptance will bring peace. Interesting. Let's take a look here. So, acceptance of what is without the veil of judgment can help us find peace in the uncertainties of life. If you pulled this card, it might be time to practice acceptance regarding a certain aspect of your life, either for your inner child or for something that is occurring in your present moments. For both, the practice of acceptance will be the same. The acceptance exercises try to observe a painful or undesired aspect of your life without judgment. So in this case, especially around job, right? It's like, what if I don't get this dream job? Which, I feel like you're going to get it, but it's it's about what if I don't? It's facing that fear, right? This painful or undesired aspect of life without judgment. Non judgment is the practice of suspending all beliefs and criticisms about how you or others should act, should behave, or should exist in this world, right? Those mind expectations, they suck the life out of things. If judgmental thoughts or words encroach on your practice, allow them to gently fade away as you hold on to a mindset of non judgment. Once you reach a place of acceptance regarding what is or what has happened, practice sending love to yourself in this space. Even if it feels a little forced, tell yourself and your inner child that you love yourself where you are as you are, right? Totally, I got everything I need right here, right? That magician card. You can tell yourself that. Tell your inner child that. Tell yourself that nothing has to change for you to be worthy of your love for yourself. So whether you get this job or you don't get this job, your worth doesn't change. You're still worthy of love. A responsive journaling prompt. You have two questions. Is there anything that you believe you or another deserve judgment for? And if so, how might this belief be hindering you at this moment? Ooh, some good reflective energy. So hopefully that helps, Alice. That is for your number 2 there. So thank you for your multiple donations today. I greatly appreciate that. Good luck. Sending you blessings for your interview. But remember, from the heart, not from the head. All right. So, Sudeshna, you are up for number 3. So thank you again so much for all your multiple donations. So your friend, Shayari, I probably murdered that, my apologies, gifted you a brown color handbag on your birthday, but you can't find it. And I didn't catch any other questions around that, so I'm assuming you want to know any guidance on where you can find it or what's going on with it. Let's take a look here. I might have missed your follow-up question. I was gathering everything, but I figure that's what it is. Let's see what they want you to know here. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's look at this one first. We do have justice. I feel like you'll find it here with the justice card, because that is clarity, seeing things from a different perspective, because she's got her blindfold on her eyes. But Libra season, which starts tomorrow, I feel like you'll find it tomorrow on your guys' first day of Libra. It's already Libra season, maybe on your side of the planet. Let's see, it's 4:30. It might be after midnight, so this might be tomorrow already for you. So I feel like you'll find it today, or at least in Libra season here. Let's see what any guidance we can have. Yeah, we got the 7 of Swords energy here. We've got the King of Wands energy here, and then the Lover's card here, which is emotional choice energy. At the bottom of the deck, you had the Full card here too, and then the 3 of Cups on the bottom, and the Ace of Swords, which is what brings in the clarity. I feel like you might have left it in someone's car, someone's house, but I feel like you left it somewhere. I don't feel like it's stolen or anything like that. I just feel like because I feel like with all this 3 of Cups and this energy of friends and community, and the Lover's card is a friendship, not a relationship, kind of thing. But that there's like, oh yeah, I have that, so you might check with your friends group and just go, hey, I know you're like, I don't want my friend to find out that I can't find it, right? But worst case, you can always ask them. Or if someone drove you home, or you were over at someone's house when they gave it to you, or you can be like, did I leave it in your car or did I leave it at your house? You can inquire that way. But but I feel like you will find it here. Um, and I don't feel like there's any shenanigans around it. I do want to look at the Seven of Swords, because Seven of Swords is a conflicting energy, but I don't feel like it's not like, I don't feel like this is purposeful. Could be someone grabbed it with their stuff and they didn't realize they did. Now they have it. Um, so think about when you last saw it, and like I said, if you had it and you loaded your gifts or something into a car, if it was at a gathering, or um, but I don't feel like it was stolen. I just feel like it's misplaced. But I do definitely feel like you'll find it. So hopefully that helps. And I think maybe that was the concern. Does someone take it? And it's like, no, I just feel like it's misplaced somewhere. It was left somewhere, or something was, when stuff was grabbed up, it was grabbed up with it. So you might, like, if you look at something, go, well, it's not in there, take everything out and go, oh, there it is, kind of thing. So hopefully that helps. And happy belated birthday, or I'm sure. All right. Okie dokie. And then we are to our final donation. So, Johanna, let's grab your secondary timestamp here. Let's do that right, though. All right. And then here is your fortune cookie. We already have your fortune cookie all ready because you have the final one. All right. Oh, I was going, what is that sound? I think that's my computer fan going on. Yeah, must be working hard today. All right. So, a little bit of advice on O. All right. So, what does, okay, do I want you to know about O? All right. Do have this one. Do want this one with that one underneath, and we do want this one. Don't want any of those. I do want this one and this one here. All right, what do I have going on here? What do we have going on? Two faces. We got two cards and one. Two cards and one. It looks like two big eyes and a mouth. Two big eyes and a mouth. And on the bottom of the deck, you have three cards and three cards. There's very much mirroring going on between the two of you here. And the Six of Cups does reference, of course, past life energies, childhood energies coming in here. So a lot of reflection both on past lives and your own individual emotional experiences here as well. Around the purpose of it is a lot of self-reflection, very much mirroring energy, I feel here. So whatever's coming up within you, realize they're a mirror reflecting back something you want to see about yourself, which is everyone, but I feel like there's specific things to see here. I guess we'll see here because you got the mirror happening here in front of me. So let's see. The left eye is the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, this feeling of hermitude and being alone. You even mentioned that earlier, right? Here's that hermit energy. And the King of Cups. Yeah. But wanting to find a compatible partner. So there is a little bit of aloneness feeling that's kind of being expressed, and feeling, wanting to find this person, because the King of Cups is someone who's like so balanced in mind and heart that they can communicate. And it's just it's an energy of, I want to find someone that just fits like a glove, And I feel like the loneliness and the feeling alone, and maybe some underlying fears of I'll never be with someone energy makes us a bit, well, what are my requirements? What am I looking for? Maybe I'm taking that down to, are they breathing? Let's see the underlying energy on here. What's the emotional expression, right? Because this is the mouth. Yeah, the Four of Wands, which is marriage and joyful celebration. So it is this energy of wanting to have that partnership energy being reflected on one side. The other one, the other two eyes, we have the Fool card. Someone not wanting any expectations, wanting an adventure, wanting a life full of possibilities. And another nine energy, Nine of Wands, which is a barrier of I don't want anything else. I want to protect myself so that I can have my own adventures. I want to hold things back. And the energy underneath that is the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, I want to hold my own worth in my own hands. I want new opportunities in life. I want to see what's next, what's exciting. I don't want to be trapped. I don't want to be a caged lion, Leo lion. Oh, that might be you. Oh. But there's two sides here. So there can be, even though I feel like this is me, I might see a reflection in someone else that I'm picking up, but it is showing me something about myself underneath because it is about two different people wanting two different things, that's coming in here. Um, so hopefully that makes sense. Um, so the guidance about this, I feel, is that see him as a mirror, and in that, look at what's coming up within me when I think about them. What awareness or judgments do I have on someone, and how does that apply to what I am putting on myself in some way, right? Interesting. Right. Let's see what your fortune cookie is. Yeah. Well, there you go. Go inward. That even looks like you from a distance. Running in your hills with, I haven't seen you with butterfly wings yet. It is time to connect with your inner child. There we go. I like this, the reflection inward. So go inward. It says one powerful way to connect with your inner child can be through visualization. This is the practice of seeing with your mind's eye while your physical eyes are closed. This practice can be a bit tricky for some in the beginning, so if you have never tried working with visualization, do not worry if it's a slow process. You'll get there in the end. An awareness exercise that comes with this is, in this exercise, focus on allowing your inner child to come through your mind's eye, right? Bloop, bloop, bloop. Find a quiet place where you can sit or lie down comfortably with minimal distractions. Once you're ready and your eyes are closed, allow your focus to travel inward toward your center. As you allow your focus to drift inward, your inner child will slowly come to you. Once they do, let them be as they are, even if there are aspects of them that you would like to change. Embrace them, listen to whatever they might have to say, and shower them with love and affection. Note, if you are struggling to turn your focus within yourself, the Becoming Aware body scan exercise on page 11 can help guide you. I don't feel like you have a trouble with that at all, though, so I'm not going to read that because I'm like, you are, that's, you thrive in that. So, a responsive journaling prompt. What feelings arise for you when you talk with or visualize your inner child? Do you feel love and joy, apprehension, or anxiety? Ask yourself why you might feel this way whenever you meet with your inner child. Wow, I love that for you. Let me just double check here. What's the, yeah, if you If you do have trouble going inward for some energetic reason, let me know and I'll send that to you. So, all right, that's what we have for you, my dear. So thank you again for your multiple donations today. Appreciate all those. All right. So that is it for my donations. Let's say I have 21 free readings. So let me take a sip of some tea. Then we'll dive into some free reading tea. All righty. So let me just clear some energy away and let's reboot a little bit here. Put some energy, some fresh energies for all the free readings. Grabbing all of you, 21 of you, bringing you into the cards here. All right, we are ready. So, Eagle, you are up first. Let's grab your timestamp, and you wanted a general for this upcoming week. Let's take a look and see here. These, of course, will go faster, everyone, because they're just 1 to 2 cards for free readings. So, for the general for the week, we got 2 major arcana, and you do have the World card and the High Priestess. So, the World card is an energy of like bringing something to an end, but with the High Priestess she like dives into the unknown. She steps away, goes up into her High Priestess temple, connects with the spirit world so she could see things from an even higher perspective, can intuitively see what's going on behind the scenes, dives deep into their own emotions, but she's also the revealer of secrets. That's the big energy that I feel here, all of that, but something is revealed for you this week, something that bubbles up from the surface, something that you become aware of that has you bring forth an ending and bring in a new beginning. So whatever it is, it feels very positive. The World card is a card of victory and like moving to a new level. So I feel like there is some energy that comes in this week that you're just like, all right, knowing that now, I'm ready to move on from this into this. I'm ready to go to a different place, into a different space, to a higher level, a different degree. It's that kind of energy that's coming in here. So be aware, if you can, make sure to step back, especially if you have decisions to make. Be like the High Priest, just go, can you give me some time? Let me sleep on that. You can step back, connect higher, sit with it, see what comes forward. Because I feel like there's this truth that comes up and you're like, oh, well, this makes it a no-brainer. This makes it easier for me to make a change, kind of energy. So hopefully that helps, Eagle. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. Right. Swell Roop Bobby, you are up. You want to know, will this person KC help you financially? All right. Based on their current energies, will they help you financially? Okay, we got that one in this one. I don't feel like they will. The Hermit, they're kind of in this survival mode with the Hermit and the Tower. I feel like they've had something that's happened recently that's kind of sent them kind of into fight or flight mode, which is survival, which is, I need everything for me. I'm kind of freaking out. I don't know if I can help anyone else because I feel like I need it all for me. They're in a bit of a reactive mode. So, when we're in that, that's where we experience abandonment as humans. When another person goes into fear and their little inner child is activated, right? So their little inner child is like, I need all the toys. No one can play with any of the toys. I need all the toys. That's the kind of energy that they're in right now. So if you asked them now, I don't feel like they would. But they are in this eclipse energy. We're moving into a more balanced Libra energy. So we might check again like next week. And once this dust settles a bit and that Libra energy comes in, it might bring in a little more balance into their life where they can see things from a their adult, compassionate, loving side, and not from their little reactive inner child who feels unsafe and out of control and is trying to gain all their control back. So hopefully that helps, Swaroop. That's what we have right now for you. Right. And then Samya Rao, you are up. Boom, boom, got your timestamp. And you want to know what career path or field that you might start your career. All right, we'll take a look here. You know, when I asked this, when I saw the questions that I was posting it, it was like Spirit showed me like a playground and a little child coming up to a grandparent and asking them, what should I do in order to have the best playground experience? And they're like, whatever you would like to do. There's no right or wrong path. There is just different choices with different outcomes and different experiences. So we'll see what advice they give you to help you kind of identify that for yourself, because they don't have a should. Well, this is what you should do. They're like, well, there's different ones. We can point you going, knowing you like a grandparent, knowing you, I feel like you would enjoy the swings or the merry-go-round. Because I know you like spinny things and I know you like going back and forth things. So maybe try those. You know, they might point you to something that your heart might enjoy, but I feel like they're more pointing you to your heart. If you talk to your heart, close your eyes like I am and open your heart. I feel like they would guide you. Yeah, you do definitely have opportunity out there. You have the Full card, which is the first card in the major arcana, and Ace of Pentacles, which is about a new opportunity that opens up in the outside world. So it's like, I like the Ace of Pentacles because that's also about seeing our worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. Your career, anything you do or don't do, say or don't say in the outside world, or anything that happens out in the external world does not change your worth at all. In fact, your worth never changes because you are priceless. You, from spirit standpoint, you are an eternal, powerful, supernatural being made of unconditional love, and you are unconditionally loved. They see you as perfect. So your foundation of your worth is in that. You're priceless already. Nothing you can do to devalue you or increase your value. So let your career be an expression of who you are, not a definition of who you are, because it's not. This Full card is a world full of possibilities. And again, this follow your heart. What makes your heart full? How would you like to uniquely share your unconditional love in your heart with the world? What kind of impact would you like to make on the world? Um, what legacy would you like to leave behind? You know, none of that defines your worth. It's more of a, what floats your boat? Where's your heart leading you right now? Follow that. So I feel like that is their message for you there, Samya. So hopefully that helps. Many blessings. All right. And then Ashish, you are up 11818. Look at those repeating numbers. Any messages from your spirit animal? All right. Roar, roar. Is it a lion? Is that your spirit animal? Roar, roar. It's like, that's not a real roar. I know. Yeah, you got the Hermit and the Page of Swords. Ooh, I love this message from them because they're like, yeah, we've got tons to teach you. Not so much teach as to help you be aware of. And I feel like they have been communicating. The Hermit card is about, stepping back, and in that lantern is our connection to the higher realms, to our higher self, but also all of our spiritual posse. So your spirit, animal definitely has messages for you here. The big message is it's important for you in your life right now. It's important, but it's also productive and rewarding for you to take a step back, get still, connect with them and with your whole spiritual posse, but you can connect with them because the Page of Swords is about them giving you access to higher knowledge, different ways of seeing things that frees you up and brings you this sense of freedom and allows you to move forward into things in your life that you normally wouldn't. You might also look into their medicine. So you can always search, like, let's say it was a lion because they did roar. If you have a lion, you can do lion animal spirit medicine and see what comes up in Google, right? Or whatever. AI these days, they'll just conglomerate all this information. Whatever resonates for you, they have animal medicine that you can use to help your life and your path be an easier one. So I like that for you. So that's what they have for you, Ashish. So many blessings to you. Right. Ateshi Singh, you are up. Is your intuition right about HL, or am I just being delusional? Either way, you're fine, right? Let's take a look here. I got this. Nope, nope, and this. All right. So are you being delusional? You got the Four of Swords. We got peace of mind. And the Queen of Wands. I feel like with this, yes, part of you is right in your intuition, but another part of you, it's not that you're delusional, you're illusional. Delusional is such a judgmental word, but illusion is that because the Four of Swords is about someone resting because they're letting go of the expectations. And because the mind is the one that projects illusion, and but the Queen of Wands is a strong connection to the spirit world, and empathic too. So that's why they are a very spiritual energy, but the Four of Swords is a very mental energy. So it's saying that there's two powers at play here. So the stuff that feels from a place of unconditional love, and you'll learn this over time too, the more you listen and you turn down your fear noise, the clearer the whispers up above get, right? And we will find out, um, almost through testing, because we'll have all these voices in our head, right? All these thoughts coming from our mind that we've grown up with, all these opinion, and we have spirit speaking to us too. And I found that the more I paid attention to what the spirit is telling me, the more I realized, um, which voices were consistent, and which voices, actually the stuff they told me came to be true, came to pass. It was process of elimination. All these, no, 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 no. But this one was always, always, always. And then you know which voice is of this and which voice is through the heart from up above, right? So I feel like, that is your answer there, is to seek clarity and try it with other things too. You can see which voice told you something. You can ask them about something and then see which one comes true. And then you're like, oh, that's not it then. That's not it. And the voices, it's almost like being on a conference call. And if you've ever been on a conference call and you hear all these people talking over each other and blah, 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 as people get eliminated and leave a conversation, you get to hear and you get to know the voices more clearly. And the more often you're on the conference calls, the more you recognize people's voices. Where in the beginning, sometimes a lot of them all sound the same, right? So hopefully that makes sense, Ateshi. That's what they have for you there right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Brenda Globy, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp. What's the next in AS's romantic life in the 3D? All right, let me take a sip here. So what's next? Based on current energies, current choices, where are they headed here? Okay, got this one and this one. All right, looking good. Look at two circles. But we got the World card, which is like a celebration success card, but it is an ending of an old cycle, a beginning of a new adventure. And the Wheel of Fortune, of course, is 10 is an endings and beginnings energy. So in their love life, it does feel like they're ending what they've done before and they're heading into this new direction because the old ways just haven't brought them what they want. We can't keep doing the same thing we've always done and expect a different result, right? Because that is the definition, clinical definition, right, of insanity. So I feel like there is some changes that are coming. Something, if you're able to put in spirit's 2 cents for them, is rather than looking at trying to find love as like a hobby or work, which means like if I believe I have to have love in my life for me to feel happy and fulfilled, it's like an empty position that hasn't been filled in a corporation and I'm the manager, I'm the CEO, and I'm trying to hire someone to fill this position. So I'm like, hey, everybody, which is like a dating site or whatever, right? Hey, I have a job opportunity available. Any volunteers? Any applicants? Not volunteers, applicants. And then people reach out to us, right? And we start the application process. And then we start interviewing, which is dating, right? Talking, interviewing. That's our interviewing process. We do background checks. We check their social media or whatever we do. If we have mutual friends, we investigate and ask them. We look at their pictures and find out who's commenting. Do they comment back to those people? Let's check. We can get overboard with it all, right? But we do all that, and then we determine, okay, I'm hiring you. And then we find out they lied on their resume, and then they end up quitting or we end up firing them, right? It feels like work, doesn't it? So much energy being involved. Instead, it's like living our passion, loving what do I love in life? I go do that. And while I'm out loving my life and gratitude and joy and going that, then someone who matches that energy, someone who's also just living their passion, we bump into each other and we spark and we start conversations and we start this relationship organically grows into something starting off as friendship and having something in common that we love to do, and then boom. So I feel like this is a big change that's coming in, um, based on current energies. I feel like they're getting to a point they're just tired of having the same old, same old. They're ready for something different. So if you're able to offer that to them, that's where they can find something different. So that is what they have for you, Brenda. So thank you again, and many blessings to you. Right. And Kita, you are up. I think I had the right timestamp. I think that's off, but it's close. So, Ankita Moore, and thank you for your donation earlier, by the way. Will your brother Shivam go with us for Pusha this year? All right, let's take a look here. Will your brother go? So, based on current energies. Okay, thank you. Boom, boom. Wow, 2 major arcana. We do have the Strength card and the Justice card coming in here. This energy, because there is the Strength card of boldness. They're wanting to go. They're wanting to step forward. They're looking. I feel like they want to go. This Justice card, though, there's a lot of clarity, excuse me, and balance energy with Libra energy here. I feel like they're wanting to go, but there's something about a relationship where they want to stay behind because there's someone that they're interested in. Because I don't feel, are they in a partnership? Because this is relationship energy, the Justice card, because of Libra, and we're going into Libra season tomorrow. There's a big focus on that. So if they're not with someone, it's because they're interested. If they are with someone, both of these energies are that person can't go or isn't going, so they want to stay back to hang out with them because it's an opportunity comes up for them to hang out with them. So I don't feel like they're going. I feel like they want to go, but they're also, it's like, that's great, but I really want to focus on them kind of energy. So ooh la la. Or if they're married or whatever, I don't feel like I don't feel like they are, but if that was the case, then they want to focus in on their uh, significant other, whatever that means. All right, so that's what they got for you, Ankita. So many blessings to you. All right, Kathleen Hughes, you are up. Whoops, just put numbers in. So Kathleen, will your financial situation change so you can move next month? All right, let's take a look here. Based on your current energies, can you tell us, will the finances change enough to be able to have the move there? All right, thank you. Cards flying out of the deck. Look out. It can be. We have this Five of Pentacles energy, which is a card of beliefs of lack, of not having enough, not being enough. And the Hanged Man, which is transformation. Five is a number of transformation too. But it's about seeing things from a different perspective. And what I would say with that is that when we have this focus of our energy on that, I need this, I want this, even though we've been taught a lot, well, that's how you do manifestation. You focus on, I want, I want, I want, I want, I want. But that's actually lack energy. It does the opposite. It pushes stuff away. Because if I'm not in gratitude for what I do have right now, and I'm focusing on I need more, I want more, I'm in lack. I feel like I'm lacking, and those energies project lack out into our energy field, which attracts more lack, not more to take away the lack. It attracts more lack, right? But when we sit in gratitude, sincere gratitude, we can't fake energy. We either have gratitude or we don't. If I'm like, I'm so grateful for what I do have, um, for what I have had too, that's have energy. And then if I focus on have, I get more, right? It opens us up to receive it instead of pushing it away. Or if I fear I won't have enough, fear energy is pushing it away, right? Instead of, the gratitude for what we do have in this moment, right? And even home, like I can be grateful for the home that I have and the home I have had. If I'm like, I want another home, then it pushes it away. So it's about coming back to here now and not going into the future, not projecting the past, but coming into here, unless we're focusing on the gratitude for things of the past, that's okay. But if we're focusing on, any fear energy around the past, leave that there too, right? So I feel like that can help you. And this is possibilities because hangman is, we can transform things if we see things from a different perspective, upside down hanging from the tree, right? Not literally, don't go do that. But the Five of Pentacles is a number of change. But it starts off as a feelings of focusing on beliefs and lack. So hopefully that helps, Kathleen. Hang in there. And many blessings to you. All right, and then Aditi, you are up. All right, so hello. What's coming towards your love life? Broken and blocked. So if that's what you're focusing on, your energy on around love life, that's what you're going to get. We can change that. We can flip that. All right, let's take a look here. That's an important message in itself. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know here before I go into that. Yeah. Yeah, you got you got three cards. You got the Knight of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the Page of Swords. All of these energies The Knight of Cups, of course, is movement of love and all that. So there are. This is about love. This does apply to love, and the Knight of Cups is on a quest for self-love. It's on a quest for the Ace of Cups, and so I feel like with that and that, it's telling you that you're always drawing love towards you, and it always matches. All of your relationships match your self-love. And so if I feel broken and blocked, if I feel blocked from someone, that means I feel my self-love is blocked. And heartbroken, heartbreak is actually a misconception. I trust it. I have felt what it feels like by what we've told. This is heartbreak. Oh no, but it's fear. Fear. That's what this prick in our heart is. That feels like heartbreak is fear. So how you can unbreak yourself, unblock yourself, is to find your self-love. In the Page of Swords, Page of Cups, Page of Cups, both of these are holding. Here's the chalice, the Holy Grail, the Ace of Cups, which is your self-love, and the Page of Swords is clarity. So as we are going through our quest for love, we will look to the outside world because we're all told that's where it is, right? So we believe them and we go search out there, and then all we find is unstable, um, inconsistent, conditional love, not the love we're looking for, which is inward and upward, where we find the eternal, unconditional love of the higher realms. When we let that fill us up and we let that define us, then what's beautiful about it is then, because we're a full cup overflowing, what love people give us from the outside, instead of falling short and feeling it's above and beyond extra, and it feels like abundance instead. So the greatest thing that you can do here, to change what you're drawing towards you in love, so you don't get more broken experiences and more blocked experiences, is to discover how you don't have to fear never finding love, because what you're looking for is in here and it ain't going nowhere. External love, external people, that's unstable. People change, people walk away, people pass away, and they have conditional love. Humans do. We've been taught all this stuff. Until we become more enlightened, we can have experiences of unconditional love, but until we find our self-love, we can't receive something from someone else we don't have for ourselves, nor give something to someone that we don't have for ourselves. So if I have, like, I have this little bottle here. This is funny. If you have, if this is how much self-love I have for myself, right? This is all I can give you. But this is also all I can receive. And so if we're wanting to change our love experience, we have to change it in here before it'll change out here. Because all these relationships are mirrors reflecting back to us our self-love. And until this person looking in the mirror changes, the reflection doesn't change, no matter which mirror we look in, right? So hopefully that helps, because right now I feel things are slowing down to give you an opportunity to raise your love vibration, so you don't keep on drawing in the same lower vibrational experiences where you experience this broken and blocked energy, which is lower vibration. Get to step into your power and realize how loved you are, how priceless you are. You find that love in here, and then you draw in someone that can reflect that love to you instead of that love to you. So hopefully that makes sense. Right, so that's what they have for you, my dears. So many blessings to you. All right. So I just want to make sure an email didn't come in here. All right. So many blessings, Aditi. Hang in there. All right, Livier Vagara, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. You want to add any guidance for you to know and do better. All right. Let's see here what Spirit wants to bring through, of course. You are perfect already. So you don't have to do better at all, right? Now, if you're looking for a particular area of your life, you want to do something better. It's more so I want to do things differently, because from spirit standpoint, there is no better or worse. It's just different. So I want things to be different. Okay. So them knowing your heart, let's take a look here and see what advice they have for you to have a different life, something that's more in alignment with who you really are, right? Yeah, you're in transition already with the hangman. It's the cocoon, right? Hanging upside down. It's about seeing things from a higher perspective and leaving the caterpillar ways behind. And the hermit, yeah, you got this little time alone energy here. The hermit and the cocoon stage, right? So sorry, I've been sitting too much today. All right, there we go. It's starting to fall off my chair. I do feel like, you know, how we can have an easier path, which is my podcast, right? And that's why I want to be able to share things through that, because it is the journey of life. We start off feeling like life is really hard, and it's because of this. I'm working on my I did the intro, but my first podcast will probably be out next week. I almost have it fully drafted on what spirit is wanting to say. But it starts with the noodle, the noggin, all these beliefs and thoughts. And those are small teachers of opinion by everything in the outside world, right? And so when we're living our life by all these contradictory opinions, doesn't mean it's going to turn out that way in life. And usually it don't, right? So there is this great, awareness we have when we look at the outside world and we question our beliefs around it. Um, and the hanged man and the hermit is ask spirit, to guide me, to bring clarity for me, and the hanged man is seeing things from a higher perspective, from the heavenly, spiritual place of unconditional love rather than conditional love and fear, right? We get to see and even in my podcast, we'll be looking at the two different why why a human experiences this, and the reason behind the scenes, below the surface. When we start seeing that and seeing the wisdom behind things, then the outside world changes from a place that feels like it's happening to us, right? To why did I want this to happen for me? So I've chosen to experience this in my life. And why do I want this? What is it showing me? What is it bringing me? And sometimes it's like a blind trust going, I know this is for me somehow. I can't see it yet. Can you help me? Can you give me some hints? And I feel like that's an important piece here. A tool that really helped me in my life, that's free from. I've mentioned her before, so if I mentioned it to you before, my apologies. But her name is Byron Katie. It's Byron, and then Katie. She's got a great YouTube channel. She has a book called Loving What Is, and she's got a great website, which the book isn't free, but her website is. It's thework.com. So, www, just THEWORK.com. And she's got a Judge Your Neighbor worksheet there. And she's got videos on her YouTube channel and on that website too that tell you how to use it. But we basically take an experience we're having, a specific experience, and then we just throw it up on this, write it all out. We let our ego just go to town on all these. There's like maybe 10, 11, maybe like at the most 15 questions. But you just let your ego just answer it. Let it just, the more honest we are and letting our true, I'm being spiritual, let me write the spiritual answer, but really what I'm feeling inside, rah, 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 rah. the more true our turnarounds and the more awareness that comes around with that. So I encourage you for that. But you're not um, you're not broken. You're not less than. You're just burning away. You're learning to burn away more and more things that aren't you to discover who you truly are. Um, and so it's nothing that you need to do to be a better person, do better in life, whatever. You're perfect already. We're just wandering around this perfect mountain of who we are, discovering more of who we are. So I like that. So that's what they have for you, Olivier. Sorry, I need to get rid of this tea bag out of here. It's been soaking for almost 2 hours. Uh, but yeah, it's time to take out the tea bag. You don't need that anymore. It's sat in there long enough. It's time for new stuff, right? All right. So that's what they have for you, my friend. All right. So many blessings. All right. Carmel Damon, you are up. Yep, got your timestamp there. So does DL have love emotion or what emotions towards you? When is he contacting you? All right, let's take a look here. One card for what emotions? Okay. And based on current energies, when would they be contacting you? This one. All right. What kind of emotions? We got the Two of Wands. It kind of changes and goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth here. Two of Wands is a power of choice of my energy, what I'm investing. I don't feel love energy here. I feel attraction energy, which is physical and energetic attraction, but it's not heart attraction. But, and I do feel like this is not because you don't deserve it. It's like they don't have it for themselves, so they don't have it to give. They've learned to only express their feelings through intimacy, through touch and action, motion, not emotion. Um, so I feel like that is more of where it's coming from here. When next time they reach out, still haven't decided with this Emperor energy, Aries energy. It's trying to decide what I really want, and that's that going back and forth. What do I really want? And once I decide, then I'll make a plan and take action, but I haven't decided yet. Very indecisive energy here. And that tells us something, right, Carmel? I mean, I know in my life, I get it. I wanted people to, um, especially if I had feelings for them, I would wait and wait. I would take myself off the market if I was interested in someone because I wanted to prove that I was interested in, and so I would just become uninterested in everyone else, and I'd focus in on that one person. And I would want them to choose me, and if they weren't choosing me and they were undecided, like in this case, I would wait. I'm like, inside, please choose me, please choose me, please choose me. Later in life, as I discovered more and more of my self love and my own self worth, and I realized that in me waiting to choose them, I was also waiting in to choose myself. That, and that's a big awareness, right? If I'm waiting for someone else to choose me, then I haven't chosen myself either. I haven't chosen to love myself yet. When I learned to love myself, if someone was like, "Well, I don't know," then I'm like, "Well, that is information. That's good information for me," because I wouldn't say this out loud. Inside, I'm go, if you're not, I wouldn't say stupid, but I'm like, if you're not aware enough to realize what a catch I am, then you don't deserve me. And I don't want someone that unaware in my life. I want someone who can see a good thing when it's there, because that means they are insightful, they're aware, right? So something to consider there. If they keep on going back and forth and back and forth and they can't decide, one, choose yourself, right? Find your self love, raise your self love, raise your self worth. and realize if someone won't choose me, then they're stupid. I'm going to say it. They're stupid. If they can't see what a catch you are, then you deserve to be with someone who does. So, anyway, that's what they have for you, Carmel. Take that as you will. All right, many blessings. All right, Tracy, you are up. So, Tracy, woke mofo. I love it. I love it. So, you wanted to get any messages from your past. Your past over husband and doggy, too. All right, let's take a look here. Free readings, just one card for each. So, we'll get some messages from them there. But if you ever want a more in-depth messages from them, then of course I offer personal readings and donations. We dive deeper into too as well. So just so you know, just information, no expectations. All right. And then let's see, that was your husband, and here's your doggy. I love it. All right. So from your husband, you have the Four of Cups here. I like this energy coming in. Because of course the people that pass over are in a completely different place. The character, this human character they played as your husband, is one among billions that they have, and they do, that connection. They love with you, and they stay by your side in the spiritual sense, as their higher self, with your spiritual posse. The moment they left their body, they're right there. They are by all their loved ones, until they each individually go over. And they can be with you as if they are always there. Um, and It's not like they have to share their time or their energy. They can be 100% present with you, 100% present with this person and this person, this person. So they are with you as if you're the only person that they're with, but they can do that for many people. So just realize that, with all of that. I feel like that's the big message, that because these Four Cups almost feel like is there four people? I know there's you, and is there three others? Is there children? Is there people who are remaining behind that were special in their lives? I just feel like there's this four is really standing out about, there's four people that are very special, that they are definitely with all four of them. And it's important for them to know that I'm always with them. I'm not there and gone and there and gone. I'm always there. And then I do give you messages. I do, when you're not thinking about me and all of a sudden you have a memory. I've touched a memory. I bring things in the physical planes, in the physical world. Special song. I don't know. I'm seeing like Star Trek, TV series, right? Or movies or memorabilia. It's like that. They had some sort of, I don't know if they had some sort of geeky hobby, but they're like they're like, I know as a geek, but I bring these things for you to make you laugh, to make you know that you're not alone. Um and so they are there for you, and they're bringing you a lot of emotional messages, energetic messages. So they are, and they're bringing all these other three people these messages too. So whoever these are, if it's a remaining, I don't know if there's a parent left behind, or children, but it feels like that kind of family, or people that felt like family. And I feel like it's a good message to tell them all that they're given a messages all the time. So I like that for you. And then doggy, right? Doggy, yes, doggy. Five of Pentacles. It's interesting with the Five of Pentacles, because it's usually a card of lack and not being enough and blah 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 blah. But I don't feel like this. I feel like these Five Pentacles are five medallions, like collars here, and has to do something with five puppies, or one of five puppies, and that I am one of the five puppies, is what they want you to know, that they wanted to come back through again through your life, because they felt like a big part of their purpose is to help you with your energetic journey, And I love they're reminding me of a story I heard about someone who channeled an animal, and it was a dog. And they were like, just the wagging of my tail was like a magic wand that helped change the energy in the room. So I would wag my tail, and but I feel like there's a 1 in 5, like someone's having 5 puppies, and one of them is them. So if you're, so they're like, don't worry about replacing me or whatever, if you already have. But they're like, or if you already have and it wasn't 1 of 5 puppies, they're like, I think you need a second dog. So I like that, that energy coming in there. So hopefully that helps. That's what they have for you, my dear. All right, many blessings to you. All right. We have new love coming in here. So new love. What's coming in your love life? All right, let me take another sip here. What is coming in your love life? Based on your current energies, of course. Well, you got the Lovers and the King of Wands coming in. So, new love, I think there is new love coming into your life. And I like this. So, the King of Wands represents, I feel like, the person that is coming in. It's someone who, fiery personality, which they could be a fire sign or have a lot of fire in their chart, which, with that kind of energy, it's just, you're just drawn to them. Um, they have that natural drawing energy, just go, 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 action, action, action. And I feel like it's even leaning a little bit on the Sagittarius side, where they have a large amount of Sagittarius in their chart because they like to travel. They like to learn about foreign lands and visit foreign lands, which is either something you enjoy and would be great, or something that would be a good growth for you. Either way, I feel like it's a good thing for you, that with this person coming in, but it's someone that is really doesn't want to just always sit around and do nothing. Um, but they can enjoy a nice, Netflix night in with some takeout food or dinner, where it's just the world is out there and we're in here. They can do that too. But they also like to go and experience things. And so, I like that for you. I feel like that is coming forward, here this year. Your energy is drawing them in as you've been raising your love vibration. So, it is drawing this person that's matching that in there for you. A very compassionate person, I feel. I'm trying to pin them on timing, and they're avoiding me because I'm like September, and they're like, I'm like October, and I'm like, all right. So right now you're not supposed to know the timing, but the more you focus on your inner love, the faster it draws them towards you. So continue to do that raising of your love vibration that you've been doing. So I like that for you, new love. Ooh hoo hoo, ooh la la. All right, many blessings. All right, and then Tim Alajem. Hey Tim, good to see you too. Missed you, missed you. I missed you, but I'm reloading. Right? No, no. I guess we shouldn't talk about that these days. But you're looking to work for the post office, and get out of the truck forever. What does Spirit think? Let's take a look here. Post office. What, based on your current energies, what energy does the post office bring in for you? So they'll just let you know. This is the experience that you'll have, so you'll know if this is something you want, right? You have the 9 of Swords. Are you scared of dogs? I'm just kidding. The Magician. I like the Magician. This is, I like this because it's the ending and letting go of old expectations, old limitations. And I like this number of change with the 9 is the ending number. 10 is when you're walking through the door, The 9 is like, I'm ready to walk through this door. 10 is when you leave it and you're in the threshold of the door, walking into the other room. And the magician being a 1, a new beginning energy. And the magician is whatever you put your power in, you'll be successful at. You know that. They go, you know this. I love that. There's like, come on, you know that. But it feels beneficial for you. It feels like it's good to leave some old restrictions behind, some old ways of thinking behind that don't serve any more limiting beliefs that don't match up to who you are. I feel like it's a positive thing for you. There's no don't do it. Bleh. There's something better. They're like you can do anything. Um, you can do anything. And so it's always I'm sorry, you can tell they were talking to me, right? This 9 of swords energy too is very much in the mind. And if we let a lot of our mindsets go, it's like, what is the post office something that brings you joy, that makes your heart sing, or just something that seems like, you know, is there something in your heart? If you closed your eyes and you walked out of your brain, walked down the spiral staircase, walked over, knocked on your heart, went and sat and have some good coffee with them, find out what do you want, heart? What makes you want to dance? What makes you feel full? If post office is one of them, go for it, right? Um, because if we're doing things, if it's just a job to help us live, yeah, we can do that, right? But there's also an opportunity I feel here for you that you can do something you love that also helps you live. So there can be a combo of two if you want. But spirit doesn't have a should or supposed to. There's just different choices with different experiences and different outcomes. I feel like I love all of our, um, a lot of times because it's so beautiful here in Colorado Springs that they'll walk their route instead of just go in the little vehicle. And sometimes I'm out in the front yard messing around with weeds and stuff, and I'm like, hey, they're like, you're out there again. I go, it's never ending, just like delivering mail, so it's good. You get to know people and talk with people. I feel like you'd be really good at that. But is it what brings you joy? That's the biggest thing. I feel like they're just bringing to your awareness that there can be other things, right? So hopefully that helps. Good to see you. All right. Many blessings, my friend. All right. We have Maria P up. Thank you for your donation earlier. And you like a general for you. All right. Let's take a look here. All right. We got this one. And nope, I don't want any of those. I feel like I want them, but then I don't want them. Oh, was that energy you're in? I want them, but I don't want them. What's happening to you, Maria? What's going on? Let's see what we got here. Yep, Queen of Wands. Here you are, your energy. I am sitting on my throne and I'm trying to decide what I want in life. Yep, you got the Two of Cups. And I'm trying to find out what I want in life as far as relationship. So I do feel like you are in this, and this kind of came through in your previous reading a little bit, not as direct as we're about to be, Missy. No, I'm just kidding. You're not in trouble. There's no trouble. Because you are the queen of it's like you are Cleopatra. You are the queen of Egypt. This is my kingdom. And whoever I am in a relationship with doesn't get my kingdom, but we can share our lives. I feel like that's where you're in this energy right now of making some emotional choices. And I like that you are stepping into I'm choosing for me, and that you're really in this space of, and this is the eclipse energy we're in. What do I want? What don't I want? As we step into Libra energy tomorrow, which rules over the house, the eighth house of relationships, that you're going to discover more what is in balance, what is feeling out of balance. Um, and that you get to make your choices. You get to choose how you feel about anything. You can't choose what someone else is choosing about anything, but you get to choose. And I feel like this is stepping into your power about, again, the Queen of Wands is focusing, whatever she focuses her energy on is what she grows. So if I'm focusing on expectations and supposed to be and should be and need to be, I get stuff that matches that. If I'm focused on what I'm grateful and what I love in a relationship, I get more of that. So, we always have this, I think, every week for you. And I know I'm so sorry that they bring it through, but it's such a great reminder. And I feel like they're properly brainwashing you through repetition that eventually we're going to be like, yeah, I know. Like, I don't like that. Oh, it's because I'm focusing on that. I'm going to stop focusing on that. I'm going to focus on what I love. And I feel like you have been doing it more and more and more and more. But I feel like there's just some very conflicting energy with these eclipses that happens on purpose to rattle things so we can see what is it that I really want, what I don't want. It's like when they're reminding me of a time where we had a fire, a big forest fire on the edge of town that actually came in and burnt some neighborhoods, but we were on standby for being on evacuation. And so I started putting all the stuff that mattered to me in a little pile to go take to the car to be ready. And this was years ago. And I looked at the pile. I had my three cat carriers because I had three cats at the time, three brothers, and my important papers and the cat food and some water for the cats. And I'm like, everything else can be replaced on my computer because it had all my stuff on it. I'm like, that's it. Those everything else can be replaced. And it's really just this awareness of what is truly important to me and what is not, right? So I like that. So hopefully that helps. I feel like that's what is in this energy right now, the shaking up of your life to show you what is it truly you want and what do you, that's what we were talking about. What is it truly you want and what is okay to leave behind that doesn't matter. I feel like you're in that energy right now. So hopefully that helps, Maria. That's what they have for you, my dear. Many blessings to you. All right, Starfall, you are up. Look at that, 20727. All these twos and sevens. So, what should you do in career? You're stuck. All right, let's take a look here. All right, thank you. Of course, from Spirit's point of view, there's nothing that you have to do. There's no opinion. It's just they're going to offer you something that can help. What can help you become unstuck, so you can gain the clarity for your path, and so you can make an educated choice on what you're wanting to do. Well, thank you. So, first of all, you got two cards, of course. You got the Hermit card, which is step back from everything, get into the quiet, and connect to the spirit world. Connect to your higher self, more specifically, and find out what is it that makes my heart sing, right? Because you don't, a specific job isn't in your fate. Like you're not destined to be Lady Gaga, right? So like, oh, you must be in singing and entertainment. This is your destiny. Because there's some people that have a destiny for the sake of humanity. They agree to become certain icons. A lot of the people that are way in the public um, chose that for us. So because having that big of a public life isn't private at all. So it is a sacrifice. But I don't feel like you have that kind of, so it doesn't matter in the scheme of your worth. Nothing impacts your worth. You're already perfect. It's more about how do you want to express this being that you are, this unconditional love that you are to the world in your own special, unique way, right? We get stuck when we're trying to live up to these expectations, all this opinion on who we are supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be. And when we're living in that realm, it's fear, right? It's um, these beliefs are rooted in the fear of not being enough, not being successful, ultimately, a fear of being rejected, right? And when we're in fear, that's when we feel stuck because we're like, I don't want to make a wrong choice. Because if I make a wrong choice, then I'm going to get ostracized and rejected. I'm going to die on the edge of town because no one loves me and cares for me. I'm going to starve to death and get eaten by wolves, right? When we follow the path to our fears, it starts to get silly at some point. We're like, is that how possible is that? No. There's billions of people on this planet. Even if I have to move to the other side of the world, I will find a tribe that loves me anyway, right? But this is about stepping back and really seeing things from a higher perspective from that place of there's nothing that I have to do. So what do I want to do? Where do I want to express my heart? And then you have the Ace of Wands. What is your passion? What makes you excited? Head in that direction. Do that. The Ace of Wands, too, is whatever I focus on is what grows and expands. If I'm focusing in on, I'm stuck, you know, I need this, I want this, all that just pushes stuff away and it draws in more stuckiness and more lack. But if I focus in on what do I love, what excites me, what am I grateful for, then I draw in opportunities and I draw in abundance in wonderful ways because I'm focusing on gratitude for the abundance I have and have had, not stuff that I'm wanting and needing, right? So and if you are like me at one point when I was like, if someone asked me what excites you, I go, I have no idea. I've lived all my life trying to live up to what everyone else's opinion was. And so it was an identity crisis at one point of what do I enjoy? I don't enjoy anything. And then when I found the spirit world, I was like, oh, this is my passion. Connecting with the world, bringing their messages. So I'm living my passion now, even though I worked in corporate life for for many, many years. The last company I worked for over 20 years. And it just wasn't fulfilling. So I was doing spiritual stuff outside of work, but then it became where I felt like my life was wasting away doing the what I'm supposed to do. And that's when I made changes in my life. Um, I simplified so I wouldn't have to have a big paying job to pay for all the stuff. And in my journey, have ended up in the basement of one of my best friends who just lets me live here. It's like you never know where you'll end up when you're following your passions. But when you're living your joy and following your passions, you don't care. So hopefully that helps a little bit. I know we want more of a can't just this little scroll fall from the heavens telling me what I should do. But they're like, that's we honor the power of choice. This is a world of possibility. And they're like, we don't want to tell you what to do. It's like a little kid on a playground when we come down here and we're going, what should I play on first? They're like, go discover it. If you don't know, I've never been on a playground before. I don't know what I like. Go try stuff out. Go see what you enjoy and experience it. And as soon as you're like, ah, this excites me, I love this, follow that, right? So hopefully that helps Starfall. That is what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right. And Patricia, you are up. Hello, Patricia. The right timestamp? Yeah, I do. So guidance for the week. All right, let's take a look here. Guidance for the week. Okay, we got this one and this one. Got Knight of Cups and Nine of Wands. So Knight, not nine, Knight of Cups and the Nine of Wands. It's an interesting energy here because the Knight of Cups is this kind of following your heart energy. And where's this going to take me? The Nine of Wands kind of represents this energy of blocks. Like I've been trying to get through this and it just won't let me. Whatever this block that you feel like you've been trying to get past that you haven't been able to, It's because your heart is going, because I don't want you to go that way. It's like they're showing me in my head a little kid with suspenders on and socks on a hardwood floor or tile, and he's walking and he's slipping, and the heart has them by the suspenders, and the kid's walking forward but not going anywhere. It's because the heart is standing there going, no, this way. So I feel like your heart is taking you in a different direction in your life. So whatever this uh, blockade that you've been trying to get through, that you've been hitting your head up against for a long time, it's like, close your eyes and open your heart, and then turn around. And you're going to go, oh, it's you holding me. Where do you want to go? And they'll show you. And I like that for you. But I feel like this is the week of a great energy of that, of following your heart, especially after this eclipse season. I feel like you've really learned a lot through the shaking and the rattling, the quakes of life that have been happening for the last couple months with this eclipse energy. And I feel like you're ready for change. You're ready to stop doing what you've done, getting what you've gotten, and follow a different path. So I like that for you, Patricia, and that's what's coming in. Many blessings to you. All right, and then Flo, you are up. Hi, my name is Flo. So hello. So I want to know, how did E react to the story that you posted last Wednesday? Whoa, what story? All right, let's take a look here. Step into E's energy, and we're going back to last Wednesday when they first reacted to it, right? Not how they feel about it now, but their first reaction. Okay, thank you. Dose. So we've got the Hermit and the Nine. All this Nine energy, the major arcana 9 of the Hermit and the 9 of Cups, which is about love and emotional energy. So what was this reaction with this? Because the 9 of Cups is like a dream come true, emotional fulfillment, joy energy. And the Hermit it's like a pulling inward energy. I'm just sitting in that to try to figure out this. What is this? So I'm just going to say it like it's coming through, because it's like I'm feeling like what's my head is saying with my heart back and forth as E is, oh wow, I have this opportunity. I just love this emotional thing, but I'm afraid. And so I feel like they love the story. It touched their heart, if that makes sense. But it also scared them. Their heart loved it. Their mind freaked out and wanted to run, flee. It's like, I'm afraid. This is, it's like when things might feel too good to be true, you want to run sometimes, because it's like, I don't want to, if I get it, I would always be afraid I'd lose it, kind of energy is what's going on with them here. So I feel like they loved it. But there is this energy of the fear of losing something. When you get attached to it and you care about it, it goes away. Yeah, that goes back to their childhood, of course, which you probably know about. Losing important people and things in their life whenever it mattered to them. There it goes. So they have this old belief in that they're trying to overcome. They want to embrace that and just sit in this love without the mind going, don't get too attached. It won't last long. People leave you, kind of energy. So hopefully that makes sense. But that's what they have for you right now, Flo. Some many blessings. All right. And then Sudeshna Ghosh, thank you for all of your multiple donations. I appreciate those. And for your free reading, message about your finances in the upcoming time. And based on current energies, we'll take a look here what they want you to know about your finances. All right. Here we go. All right. We had the Four of Cups starting off here. It's interesting. It's like the golden cups, but because this is emotional energy, not so much Pentacles energy, but the Four of Cups is a kind of stagnant, still energy. Right now, it feels like it, for a little bit, it stays just kind of. And then the Seven of Cups, it's an interesting energy because the Seven of Cups brings in emotional confusion, but it's also a card of choices. And I feel like, and this makes sense that you're making some choices in the future that, depending on which you choose, again, it's like, I feel like you're changing jobs, right? That it kind of just stays until you make a choice to change it. Then it's going to take you to a higher level and a growth opportunity in finances instead. So it kind of just feels, bleh, and but when you make these choices, then you have these opportunities, which we did in your previous readings, right? Which one is most beneficial? Which one? Um, so of course, well, number two was like a big jump in abundance. The third one was a jump in abundance, just not as big. And the number one was like pretty much kind of staying the same, I feel. So hopefully that makes sense, Sudeshna. That's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right. Then we have Red. You are up with 22121. Look at that. So when does Spirit see you marrying that special someone? All right. Let's take a look here. Any guidance on when? Yeah, special someone. Okay, here we go. What do we have based on current energies? Wow. So it does feel the Fool card is after a significant ending and new beginning because it's the zero. It's a big cycle has stopped and something new is beginning, whether it's a new month, a new year, a new, but it feels more life connected, like a new stage in your life. So maybe like a new job, maybe a new location, maybe a new but it's like a significant change in your life, then it comes after that. You have the Eight of Wands, but I feel like it comes out of nowhere and quickly. It comes out unexpected, which is which I like for you because I feel like you kind of um, are hoping that it would and hoping that it would, and then you're just like, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to enjoy it for what it is. And when you have that change of that cycle of enjoying it for just what it is out of nowhere, they're like, what? And you're like, what? It's not like a fake surprised. You really are surprised. And I like that. So I don't feel like it's like it comes super quick in that, like I just met him and they asked me to marry him. I feel like it's because of you letting go and it's been a bit of time and you've been hoping that they will. And then you're just like, oh, that's right. But then it comes after that. So hopefully that makes sense. Um, yeah. I was going to say we could pull other cards, but for free readings, we don't go that deep. If you ever want to dive deeper, we have like when cards, and if you want to do a relationship reading, those are actually on sale right now. The 30-minute readings would be. Oh, I don't have those. I need to go in and update those. But you can do a 30-minute personal recorded reading for 15.15, and you can ask for details on that. So my personal readings are on sale if you're wanting a deep dive. All right, so that is what they have for you, Red. Many blessings to you. All right, and then lastly but not leastly, of course, we've got Christina Lowe. Hey, Christina. So you would like a general reading, please? Any good news, good fortune, anything coming your way? All right. Let's put these up here. Let's see what we got here. What does Spirit want you to know headed your way? All right, we got this one. I don't want that one. That's like there, but they're like, no, I don't want that one. All right. They don't want any of those. Just that first one. What else? All right. And this one. So I like this because um, everything is good. All news is good. All fortunes are good. Of course, all fortunes are. Uh, Everything is good, right? Just sometimes it's difficult for our human to see it, right? Because we're judging it as good or bad by opinion that we've grown up with. But when we see every moment as an adventure, and I know it's hard sometimes, it's like, really? How can I look at this as good as this, you know? But when we realize what we grow and learn and glean through every moment, everything is an experience that is showing us different perspectives. It's like when we're drawing a mountain with a pen, which peak is the best? It's like they're all mountains that I'm drawing. They're None is better than the rest, right? They're all my creation. So I love them all. So anyway, let's see what else they want you to know here. I like that perspective. Yeah, we have the Five of Wands, change of energy with the Page of Pentacles. So, well, you have the Page of Pentacles. So this is a representation of some good, yeah, a change of energy towards abundance, right? But a Page of Pentacles is about a feeling of abundance coming in your life. Um, and the the Five of Wands, um, on one, it's represents like your family, the people around you, your tribe. And so I feel like, this is an abundance of, spending time with your family brings you such joy, right? But this change of energy is very important for you because it's realizing with this Five of Wands is whatever I focus on is what grows and expands, right? So I feel like this unfolding of abundance starts with a change of mindset and a change of energetic focus, um, of what I'm choosing, right? What story am I choosing to put in each moment? If I'm worried about car, then I have a story about bad car, bad situation instead of I'm grateful for the vehicle I have and I have had, and I'm grateful for transportation, and I'm just grateful for my adventure. You know, they're reminding me of my last host. She had It's actually why she ended up living where she was, I think, because she was on her way back, I think, to maybe from her daughters in Salt Lake City to her son in Phoenix, Arizona, and her car broke down and froze up. And not that this will happen to you, I'm just saying that it's the change of mindset. Um, I want to make sure you're like, oh no, but it's like, oh, Um, and so they gave her a rental car. They let her borrow a car, I think. Well, because they had it froze. It was going to take over a couple days to get it fixed. And while she was there, she went and wandered around. She found Zion National Park and this area, and she found this little town nearby, and she fell in love with it, and she ended up buying a house there, and she wouldn't even known it was there if she hadn't broken down. And so it's like when we look at every experience is a blessing in disguise. If we don't recognize it as a blessing, then it's a blessing in disguise. We just haven't unveiled the mask yet, right? And I like that energy here for you because it's like our life is full of miracles and blessings every second. We just can't see them with our human mind sometimes because we've been taught so much, part of our nature of humanity, contrast, compare, judge. And I like there was this little boy, I don't know what country he was from, but he was like 9 years old. He looked like a little master, because even though he was this little kid, he came across with such wisdom, and he was like, whatever you focus on the most is what you become an expert in. So if you focus in on, you know, what is wrong with things, then you can become an expert where you can find something wrong with someone, something or someone when no one else can. And the way he was so expressive, he was hilarious. And then he goes, but you also can choose to find the blessings in things and become such an expert in it that you can find a blessing in a situation or something good in someone when no one else can. But you get to choose what kind of expert you want to be. And I'm like, I love that. So I feel like that's the message for you today. So many blessings to you, my dear, my dear. And thank you so much for all your love and all your support. And thank you, everyone. That is it for today. I'll be back on Thursday. I'm on Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights from starting at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. And then we go as long as there's messages but 6 to 9, 3 hours is usually how long I'm on at the maximum. And then Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then sometimes these Sunday afternoon sessions to make up for the morning. As I mentioned, I have down in the description box of the video, we do have giveaway that's mentioned there and specials. So make sure to check those out if you're interested in possibly winning personal recorded reading. And I think that's it. So until I see you guys again, remember every second of every day of your life, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. We'll see you soon. Until then, remember, have some fun. Because why are we being so serious? All right. I love you. We'll see you.